It's officially Easter Bunny season. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. Today I am going to be filming my April TBR. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit apprehensive about making this video because I think in my March TBR I only read about 2 books off of that list, and only 1 book off of that list is making a reappearance in this TBR because I'm not really interested in reading all of the other books anymore. So if that continues to be a pattern where I don't follow my TBRs, I don't really see a point in making these videos from this point on because I never want it to seem like I'm just making a TBR video for the sake of making a TBR video. So we'll see how this video goes. I would also just like to say that I'm aware that my hair does not look great today. It was the kind of day where I really wanted space buns, my hair did not, so we compromised and I have space buns, but as a compromise they look ugly. So that is where we're at. In an attempt to not stray so far from my TBR, I made this TBR kind of short, and I only actually have 4 books to show you. So the first one is the one that we are rolling over from last month, and I just accidentally gave you a preview of it on the bottom of the screen. It is Bridgerton by Julia Quinn. I really wanted to read this book last month, but I just didn't get around to it due to a challenge that I attempted towards the end of the month, and I didn't think it was going to take me that long, but I didn't want to read this book for that challenge. So I kind of want to do a whole dedicated reading vlog for this book. I don't know if that's something anyone's going to be interested in seeing, but I've heard that this book is not great, and I honestly feel like, I don't want to say trashy, but like, yeah, trashy books are the funnest to do a reading vlog on because they're just fun. So yeah, I think that is what I'm going to do, but I'm really excited to give this a read, hopefully this month. The next book I have on my list is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I have never read a Sarah J. Maas book, and I feel super left out, so hopefully this is the month that I will read this book. I think this book was featured on 2 yearly TBRs, both last year and the year before, so I'm a little ashamed that I haven't read it yet, but it's about assassins, I think. Like, we follow a girl who ends up becoming the, like, king's assassin. I think she might have to compete for it or something. I'm not really sure. But assassin stories don't super intrigue me. In fact, most of her other books I am much more interested in reading, like A Court of Thorns and Roses, but because I own this one, I feel like I should just pick it up and read it, and then if I like it, continue on with the series. If not, I'll move on to her other books and see if I like those better. The next one we have on my list is Part of Your World by Liz Braswell. This is one of the Twisted Tales series, so this one follows The Little Mermaid, obviously, and the tagline is, "What if Ariel had never defeated Ursula?" So if you're familiar with the series at all, you know it is a series of companion novels. Each one follows a Disney movie, but with some kind of twist on it. So yeah, I put one of these on my TBR last month. I put the Frozen one because it has been cold here lately. Like, it's still been jacket weather, almost snowy kind of weather. So I thought it would be good to read the Frozen book because, you know, coldness and cold weather and such and such. But then as of last week, it is now like 50-60 degrees out and it's like sweater weather, so it suddenly didn't feel appropriate to read the Frozen story for this time of the year. So instead I thought I would pick up this Little Mermaid story. So yeah, that is the next one on my list. And then the final book on my TBR is a historical fiction book called The Paris Library. This is a World War II story set in Paris, and actually I'm not super familiar with the plot of this book, but it is told in, I think, 2 different perspectives during 2 different timelines. So in one, it's set in Paris, 1939, and in the other, it's set in Montana in 1983, and so we're following 2 different characters, and I assume those stories are going to intertwine somehow. I love books set in Paris. I love books about books, which the fact that this has library in the title makes me assume that it probably is going to have to feature quite a lot of books. So yeah, and I've also recently, I guess, been into World War II stories. I always thought I didn't like World War stories, but so far I have adored The Book Thief, and I have adored Salt to the Sea, so maybe I don't dislike them as much as I think, and it just depends on which book I'm picking up. So I really hope to like this one also, and I mean the cover is just absolutely stunning, which is why I went out of my way to actually buy a copy of this book. Otherwise I probably would have just gotten it from the library, but the cover is just so pretty that even if I don't like this book, I will probably still keep it for my collection because it just has such a lovely cover. So those are the 4 books on my TBR. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you've read any of these books and which ones you think I should prioritize on this list, since chances are I may not get to all of them. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
You hear that, Samson?